All right, in our lecture on Wednesday, I told you that I would make a video to help with setting up your papers in MLA format. So here is that, I'm sure, amazing video. So this is what obviously your document would look like when you go into Word. So I'm going to walk you step by step through all the things that you need to do to make sure that your paper is in proper MLA format, as we discussed in the lecture. So the first thing that you want to do is change your spacing. So right now you can see that it's on normal spacing, and that's the default for Word 2010. You need to switch that over to no spacing. Okay, so once you've done, and what that does is when you have, here I'll even show you. When you have normal spacing, do you see how it's kind of double spaced? But it's not double spacing, it's actually a space and a half. Can't even spell my own name right. Okay, whereas, let me see if it'll let me show you the difference. Okay, so if you highlight that and went on no spacing, okay, so that's without any of the spacing, that default spacing, and then you do Control-2. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a difference. You see that there's more space between here than here? That's why I always know when you don't have your spacing done properly. See, right here is smaller than right here. This is double spacing, this is correct, this is incorrect. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is select no spacing. The next thing you want to do is go over to the Insert tab, click Page Numbers. Your page numbers go on the top of the page over to the right, and then you need to add your last name, a space, and you are good to go. Now, another little default that you need to be aware of with this is that for most people, the default font for your header is going to be Calibri size 11. And as I've already stated, your papers need to be in size 12 Times New Roman. So you need to change that. And to do that, you just highlight your writing, go over here and change it. This is what it'll look like normally. So you've got to change that to Times New Roman, size 12. So mine didn't do that because I changed the default font for my heading because I've written a lot of papers and I always have to use MLA format. So this saves me from having to do that over and over again. To do that, you can go up to this little square, and then you can set as the default. Okay, so if you want to do that on your own, it's totally up to you. But for those of you who don't do that, you need to change the font. Okay, and then close the header and footer. And now anytime you add a page, and as your paper expands, your page number will automatically be done correctly because this is a ½ inch from the top. Oh, and really quick, we can go check our margins. My margins are always set at 1 inch is the default all the way around. So once you know that those are good, you're set to go. So this is 1 inch, this is a ½ inch. Okay. So on this first line goes your name. I forgot to double space. So once you get here, this is the point where you can easily double space. So just hit Control-2, hit Enter, and there you go. On the second line, this is going to look funny, is my name because I'm your instructor. So this would be, we'll just say Joe. How's that? My name, then you do Writing 115, which is the course, and then the date. And the date technically needs to have the number first, the month, and then the year. From here, hit Enter, center your cursor, and you do your amazing title. Hit Enter, and then go back to the left. Now remember, your title is plain. It's not underlined, it's not bolded, it's not in quotes, nothing. This is how your title should look. Plain and boring, I know, but that's the way it goes. And on your first line of this first paragraph, you tab over, and there you go. That's how you begin your paper. Okay, so this is the MLA format that I should see. It's really not difficult. I think students just don't take the time to watch the video or read the instructions in the OWL slideshow and then don't apply it, because really this is so easy, and it's stuff that I can see so clearly on your paper when it's incorrect. Like a lot of students will put their page number 1 inch down, which knocks your whole paper down pretty much like that, and then their page number is over here. I mean, I see that. I know when it's incorrect because I'm grading your paper in Word. It's really easy for me to see when things are incorrect. So just do it this way. It's simple. Makes it a lot easier on me and you. Okay, so hopefully that's pretty straightforward. So for reference for the rest of the quarter, so I don't have to make another video, we'll do it all at the same time. If you add a page break, think, it just adds on another page, so your lovely page number is set and ready to go. So here we are going to build a Works Cited page. There's your title. That's all it should say. It shouldn't say Works Cited page or My Works Cited, nothing. Nothing like that. Doesn't need to be formatted, just Works Cited, plain and simple. So I'm actually going to show you how to properly cite your textbook, which will come in handy. So please, I'm giving you the answer. All you have to do is remember to come back to this video and watch it and use it again, and use the information. But I am going to kind of do it on a fly, so it'll take me a second to get all the information ready to go. But this will show you that once you know MLA, and once you have it memorized, you can just go to and do what you need to do. So I'm going to cite an article from the textbook. The last name is White, and then comes the first name. Okay, that's the article's author. That's the article's title. Okay, and remember what I said earlier, the article title is going to be in quotes because it's a smaller work, whereas the textbook's name is going to be in italics. Okay, so now comes the book title. Sorry, had a brain fart there. There we go. Okay, so the book is in italics. Its title is. Okay, it's in its 8th edition. Yes, you do the number and the little subscript, I believe it is, TH, just like that. It was written by Jean Eyrick. Okay, it's the author of the textbook. Anybody know what comes next? Anybody remember? It's going to be your city. So, give me a moment to look at the city. Perfect. There we go. And you can find all this information on not the inside flap of the cover, but 1 page in. So technically it would be II, the Roman numeral 2. Okay. And it was published by Wadsworth. And now you'll want to write Wadsworth Cengage Learning, but when it comes to the publisher, you're going to want to be a bit concise. So Wadsworth is all you need. And then it was published the last time. Oh, what am I even doing? There we go. Okay, so far we have the last name and first name of the article's author. Here's the article title. Here's the textbook's title. This is telling us that, well, this is the author I'm citing from this article that's found within this book. In this edition, the book is written by this person. This is the city it was published in, the company, and the date. Then, because you are citing one specific item within a larger text, you are going to need the page numbers, which are done just like that, plain and simple. No PG, no P, or anything like that. And then the very last thing, anybody remember, is the medium. And there you go. So that is what your Works Cited entry for the textbook would look like if you were taking an article from that. But we're also not done. One more trick. this line needs to be indented, because remember, the first line is always the line on the left, and each line after needs to be indented once. So the easiest way to do that is hit enter. I don't know if this program shows you what I did, but I hit enter and then I hit tab once. And I'll show you what happens if you don't hit enter. It'll try to indent the whole thing, and you don't want that. So hit enter and it separates this line from this line. Hit over and then you're good to go. And then you have to make sure that you come back here for your second source, and then you would continue on just like that. So that's it. Pretty simple, pretty easy. You just have to take the time to do it correctly and double check with what you should be doing. So use that OWL at Purdue slideshow to help you out as we move through the quarter, and hopefully we'll have time to review MLA a little bit more and kind of introduce you to it and get your feet wet in it. So if you have any questions on this information, let me know. Otherwise, enjoy your MLA. It's great fun, I know. All right, talk to you later.